In the heart of Moscow, the fate of a state music school hangs in the balance. Give the children their school back, these demonstrators shout. Students, parents, and teachers accuse staff of Moscow's city council of trying to have the villa torn down in order to sell the valuable land. This sign asks, does the greed of civil servants know no bounds? Lena Orlova, the chairwoman of the school's Parents Association, organized this rally.
The civil servants' goal is to sell the property to a developer and pocket a portion of the money themselves. This land, close to the Kremlin, is worth a fortune. Office buildings which have no cultural value whatsoever are to be built here.
The music school's concert hall used to be located in the villa. Elena Orlova and the school's principal, Sergei Kaklov, give us a tour through the dilapidated building. They say the city council workers responsible for the school are raiders, dishonest profiteers who acquire the property of others through dubious means.
It's been going on like this for 8 years. The civil servants are just waiting for us to give up so they can transfer the school to another part of the city. They ignore the fact that the mayor ordered the building's restoration long ago.
Many cases of illegal, hostile takeovers are currently before the courts. German lawyer Florian Schneider has worked in Moscow for 6 years. He says raiders are targeting companies as well as real estate. Last year alone, they took over some $3 billion worth of third-party property.
Raiders are mostly interested in the company's assets, mainly real estate, which is then sold off. Raiders often use illegal methods. They buy off judges, manipulate share registers, forge abstracts of title, and blackmail or threaten competitors. Sometimes they use violence to physically occupy a property.
We asked Florian Schneider to comment on pictures of a raider attack. Workers at the International Industrial Bank in Moscow took these photos last summer. Groups of thugs tried to occupy the bank building in an attempt to force the owners to sell. Schneider says sometimes foreign businesses also find themselves in a similar situation, but usually they're unwilling to go public with their story.
When foreign companies are attacked by raiders, they normally hire lawyers or turn to politicians or embassies. Usually that creates enough pressure to successfully fend off the attacks. Russian businesses, however, make the mistake of trying to solve the problem themselves, but don't succeed because the raiders are professionals.
Back at the music school, Lena Orlova is tackling the problem in a different way than most of her fellow Russian raider victims. She's going on the offensive and asking one of the country's most influential politicians for help. Russia's next president, Dmitry Medvedev.
We ask you not to allow the music school to fall into the hands of profiteers and be sold off. We would like to remind you that Vladimir Putin is also on our side, and this would be like going behind his back.
Orlova's public protest worked. The rally received lots of media coverage, and immediately afterwards, the mayor of Moscow put it in writing that the music school may not be evicted in the next 2 years. But it's only a partial victory, not an outright one, because Russia's raiders are notorious for never giving up.